Binks. Hi. Nope. Okay. Hey folks, my name is Jen and today I am back again with a TBR. This time my TBR for January. So I have a stack here. It's not quite as large of one as I've had more recently, but there's some thick books on here, so we'll see what we can get to. So I have my stack right here, so let's just talk about these books. So first up, of course, is the next two books in the Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. We have A Gathering of Shadows and A Conjuring of Light. Read or reread book one last month, so I am wanting to finally finish reading the whole series here. If you don't know, this series is following a couple of characters. So if you don't know, the series follows a couple of main characters, one of whom's name is Kel. He is a blood magic user, and he's one of only two people who can still use blood magic that are existing in their worlds. And then there is also Lila Bard, who is a thief from a realm known as Grey London, which is basically our world that has no magic in it, and Cal resides in Red London, which is full of magic, basically. There are 4 Londons. Currently there's only 3. The magical Red London, the non-magical Grey London, and White London, which basically at this point barely has any magic in it at all because shit just got abused, man. There is, or was, Black London of lore, but the doors to that realm were sealed many years ago. But one day Cal, who has been kind of smuggling various items from London to London, he ends up coming across a piece that is from Black London, and that doesn't make any sense because, like I said, Black London has been sealed and there should be no artifacts left of it. But he has now found this piece that shouldn't exist, and evil has descended upon their Londons. So these are book, like I said, 2 and 3. I hope to finish out the series this month finally. I think it's going to be a good time. I have heard mixed things about the ending book. I've heard some people say that they really love it, and if other people say that they're really disappointed in it. That makes me a little scared, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's going to be an entertaining time getting through these as well. Speaking of series that I also want to complete this month, I'm also going to try to finish reading Heir to the Empire. This is part of the Thrawn trilogy by Timothy Zahn. I started reading this back in October and I just didn't end up finishing it. I'm still on chapter 18. So this month I would also like to finish reading this and then continue on with Dark Force Rising, and then of course The Last Command. This series, or trilogy rather, is following Han, Luke, Leia, Chewie, Lando, basically the favorite characters from the original Star Wars series. It is now 5 years after defeating the Empire, basically the events in Return of the Jedi. Unfortunately, there are still some dregs of the Empire that are out there in the world, and they are seeking revenge. So this is basically facing these evil baddies, while at the same time Luke is trying to figure out how to find more people who are basically able to use the Force so he can try to rebuild the Jedi Temple as well. Also really like to finish this trilogy this month as well. And besides trying to finish series, I also have a book here that I would like to read, and that is Successful Calamity, A Writer's Follies on a Vermont Farm, and this is by Edmund Fuller, a non-fiction Vermont-based book about Edmund Fuller. He ends up buying a farm in rural Vermont and moving there with his family, sight unseen, in like the middle of January. So I figured that because their arrival at the farm is in January, January would be a wonderful time to start reading this book. I do know that it's a historic and beautiful farm of 260 acres on the shore of Lake Champlain, linked with various historical figures. Basically, they ended up getting up there in, I believe, I don't think they give an exact year that they ended up moving up there, but this book was written in 1966, so it sounds like they probably moved up in some point during the 50s and the early 60s. So I think this is going to be full of some like shenanigans and misunderstandings, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be an interesting read. And there's also a little map, because you gotta love a map. So here's a little map of the farm. I think this will be, like I said, I think this will be a fun read. And that's it. These are the books that I am hoping to get to this month. I think that it's going to be a good reading month. Hopefully, maybe some tears depending on how things go in the endings of these trilogies. I don't know. But I think that, yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm just really excited to try to finish off a series that I really need to finish reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys are excited about the books that you're going to get to this month as well. And yeah, Happy New Year, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.